everyone. Welcome to Background Stories. I'm Trig. I hope you all are ready for this because this list right here that I'm about to read you is ridiculous. I have with me a songwriter, singer, arranger, composer, musician, actor. In the entertainment industry, he's a contractor as well. Let me just drop these names on you. We have Kanye West, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, Harry Connick Jr., Aretha Franklin. It goes on and on. On the acting side, he's worked with Loretta Devine, Kelsey Grammer, Ice Cube, Cat Williams. This man has accomplished a lot, and it ain't over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend and the multi-talented AnDre Washington.
Yeah, what's up, man?
How you doing, man?
My guy.
Dude, I'm so excited to have you here today. I'm so excited. Okay, let's start from the roots.
Oh, man.
Tell me, when did you first start learning music and singing?
It all started in church, man.
Mm-hmm.
Church. I'm from a small city in Pennsylvania called Coatesville, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That is where it all got started. Again, church. Church was everything. My mother and father just made sure that we were rooted and grounded in God, and we went to church all the time.
All the time?
Like Sunday, twice, sometimes 3 times a day, and then we had Tuesday night service. We had Wednesday night choir rehearsal, and then possible Friday night, sometimes Saturday. So our whole life was surrounded, with, being in church. Church called First Apostle FBH Church. Fire baptized holiness church, man. Oh yeah.
That's
So
righteous.
Yeah, man. That's where I got my start. I believe my mom, she said that my first time singing in church, I wanted to sing like my brother. I guess my brother was singing, and I wanted to grab the mic. So the pastor allowed me to grab the mic, and I ended up singing some old hymn that everybody was shocked that I knew. So it all started with church, and I'm grateful for that.
You're not all churched out because it's still in your life today.
It's rooted. It's everything. It's rooted. It's my foundation, and it is what it is, and I'm not sorry about it at all. Yeah.
So obviously church was a huge musical influence as well. Were there any other influences that molded your style, or who you emulated to start with? Your first ear to music was
my mom.
Yeah. Okay.
My mom, she would sing in church, and I just noticed that, we were surrounded by great singers at our church.
Always, man.
Great singers at our church. We would have this thing called devotional service, right? For example, and we would all, they changed it to praise and worship now, but we would, everyone would get a chance to testify or sing their song. And there were so many moments where my mom would lead a song and the atmosphere would change. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather would sing, or my father would sing. And I was surrounded by all these great singers, and I would notice that when they would sing, the atmosphere would change. Yep. And I was exposed to that at a very young age.
And the power of worship.
So I was curious about that. And I noticed that as I was singing, the same thing would happen, man. It was something that I just, to this day, is a blessing to be able to do.
And the thing is about church and singers in church there's a big pool of singers that we're around all the time. But you can go to any church, and find some singers that will blow your mind.
Yeah.
And they just, for some reason, that's just not what they want to do.
Right.
Or they weren't, discovered, or whatever it is. But it's so saturated, man. It's
so
amazing.
Man, it's amazing. Amazing.
Let's see. When did you start singing professionally, and how did that come about?
So let's see. I started again singing in church. At 4 years old, I had this experience. So they asked me to go to a church convention, and I sung "How Great Thou Art." That was my first solo, and it had to be at least 500 to 1,000 people there, and I got a standing ovation, right? So I'm sitting there like, oh man, I'm looking at all these people And then
At 4 years old.
At 4 years old,
Mm.
right? And then from church, I was singing like schools, talent shows. We had community talent shows and everything like that. And then at 12 years old, I entered into a talent show that I won. A part of that talent show is it was like a tour of the southern states. So I went on my first tour, like North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington. I mean, it was this long tour, and a part of the package of winning, I got my first record deal.
Really?
At 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I sung this song called Share the Load. It never was released, right? But it was such a great moment for me because it kind of solidified me being a professional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now, it's on record now.
Yeah, you're getting
know what I'm saying?
experience, yeah.
Just going in the studio, and they put a mic in front of me and I nailed it in the first take. And so after that moment, that's kind of like when I was like, all right, I think I'm a professional singer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of like the start of
built from there.
Yeah.
Was it an independent label?
It was most definitely independent at the time.
At the time.
Yeah. It was independent. Yeah.
And that transitioned into?
That transitioned into my father getting a job offer in California and actually moving the family in 1990 to a small city called Palmdale, California.
Okay.
That was a lot because all I knew was Coatesville. That's my roots. That's my foundation. That's my family. That's all I knew. But my dad decided to make a decision to move the family. So a part of that was so I have a better opportunity to be heard and to really have a better chance at pursuing musical, just pursuing music and to become a professional at it.
Yeah. Nice. And so as you got older, now one I wanted to get to because you had spoken to me off air, that you were one of the original members of All-4-One.
Yes.
Okay, bro, tell me about that.
Yes.
Because that's huge.
It is. I don't talk about it a lot,
Please do here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Background Story.
Right. So, a good friend of mine, his name is Jamie Jones. We're all in the same school, and he said, "Hey, Dre, what are you doing later on, man? I have this situation and we're trying to get a group together, so back in that time it was groups. I'm trying to get this group together, and I heard you sing and I think, you'll be great or whatever." And I said, "Sure, Jamie," that was my boy. So we all got together that night. We auditioned and we became a group. Not long after that, we ended up signing to Atlantic through Blitz Records.
Okay.
We recorded, and before you know it, So Much in Love was like number 4 or 3 on the Billboard charts.
Okay. So were your vocals on that original?
Yes.
They were?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything started changing because this was one of the reasons why my dad decided to bring me to California. You know what I'm saying? To have these...
Give you your shot.
Give him my shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now here I am signed to Atlantic Records. I thought this was it.
This is it, bro.
This was it,
Yeah.
This was it, man. And having that opportunity to go in a studio, professional studio, and, record, and then you hear your music on the radio. You hear your music on the radio. It was magical, man. It was magical. I just knew that this was part of my purpose. And this was the reason why my dad decided to move the family to, and you know, I'm excited because I'm gonna make everybody back home proud, and I mean the whole nine. Yeah, man, and it was beautiful up until my mom got a call, and they decided to let me go, and the reason why is because they said I could not sing.
You could not sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said I wasn't a good singer.
Who's they?
You know, to this day, I really don't know. I mean, I can assume, but I really don't know. I'll just blame that on the management. I'll blame that on the production team. I'll blame that on the CEO of Blitz Records, because he was the one that made the call, and he told my mom, you know, your son he's just not good enough. He's not good enough. So we've already found a replacement for him, which was his name is Delius Kennedy, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So he replaced me. And that was that was a moment, man. It was crushing.
Oh, dude.
It was devastating to me. You know, it was just a little kid from Coatesville thinking, you know, you hear yourself on the radio and then it's just gone because they say you're not good enough.
Wow.
Because they say, you know, and I've been singing all my life.
Yeah.
All my life.
Yeah.
And then I get to California, have this great opportunity, and then they say,
welcome to the cutthroat of Cali.
Industry. Oh, yeah.
Man, dude.
Welcome to the industry. What an introduction, you know?
Because I guess, like, he is more of a, I mean, he can get up there, but he's more of like a second tenor baritone.
Just a different approach.
Yeah.
He's great at what he's
great at what he does.
Yeah.
But, I think there was, that's just a weird way to phrase it, because there's just, well, we're going to talk about what else you've accomplished since then. So they got it wrong. That definitely, you took a right hook, you took the uppercut, and you move forward.
It was rough, man. You know, I'm not going to sit here in front like, you know, after, you know, a month or two, it was fine. It took me a while to recover from that.
Yeah.
You know, my mind I was devastated to the point where, you know, I even decided, you know, hey, maybe I should end my life, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I drove on the wrong side of a road in Palmdale. I was just crushed that night. That night I just felt like I let everyone down, and that I really wasn't good enough. I began to believe that.
Believe the lie.
So that depression it took over me. And I just remember driving on the wrong side of the road in Palmdale late at night. I turned off my lights and I veered off to the left. And I was like, if a car comes, I'm good. You know,
goodness.
I was devastated. I was devastated. It took me years to recover, and there's still residue. I'm good, but you know, life has a way of reminding you
absolutely.
At times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So there are certain feelings that I still have to deal with that kind of takes me back to that moment. But I thank God. I thank God that I'm strong enough now to deal with those. Because now, like when those feelings, when it comes, I'm like, please, I'm not being arrogant or anything like that. No,
not at all.
But I look in the mirror. I'm AnDre Washington, and I am great at what I do.
Mm-hmm. You're walking in the confidence of God.
But it took me a while to build that confidence, man.
Yeah.
Because that.
Man, thank you for the transparency with that, because
I
know there's people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
The hits that they take and how when it feels like this is our identity.
Yeah.
And you're not idolizing it. I mean, we believe in the Lord that the Lord gave us these giftings. We feel we're operating our gift He gave us.
Yeah.
So to take those blows like that.
Yeah.
Man, praise
It
God
was
for
a blow.
Yeah.
It was a blow. But it was for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because now looking back at it, you know, as a kid, I used to hear these little sayings in church, right? And one of the sayings, it really means something to me now. As a kid, I used to hear that God keeps you from danger seen and unseen.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe at that time when I was 18, 19, there were some dangers that I didn't see.
Yeah.
There were some things that I probably would have aligned myself with that God was like, nah, I'm not going to allow that to happen to you. So I know this is going to crush you, but I'm going to have to take you out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to understand a little later on, but right now you got to go through this process.
Yeah.
And I had to go through the process, but I'm grateful.
Yeah.
That I'm so grateful because now looking back, man, the way I was at 18, 19
Please,
and
man.
how
Yes.
green and naive
Yes.
I was.
What would he have done with the success?
Oh, man.
How would we have operated?
I would have been all over the place.
I'd have been buck wild. I talked about that.
I would have been wild because at 18, 19, I was a little off the chain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was a little off the chain, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank God that that looking back at it now, just thank God that he protected me.
Yeah.
From some things, yeah.
And at the same time, I guess the positive one is it gave you a taste of it. So you still wanted to pursue it at the end of the day. Like you went through that time where it's forget it, squash it, I'm done. But there's still that interest. There's still that bite that you got that's like, I can do this. I still, once you recovered, this is what I was born to do.
It took me a while.
It took
me a while to recover, right?
Yeah,
But what happened was God was like, all right, you need to heal, but I need to take you away from everybody. Everybody and everything that you know, I need to take you away. So I had this opportunity that just came up. A friend of mine, her name is Crystal Glass. Thank God for Crystal Glass. She has a production called Glass House Production. And at the time, they were looking for a teacher to go to Japan to teach gospel music. I went for it. It was like, I don't know, 300, 400 people that was there. And she needed one person. And she picked me. But it was a part of God saying, I need to take you out of what you know. And I need to isolate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got the job. And I went to Osaka, Japan. And it completely healed me.
Man.
Being in Japan completely healed me. I was by myself. And I went through the process of the healing. And those people that I will always have a major, major love for Japan, because doing music out there and singing out there with no judgment, no anything, they was just like, wow, you are great at what you do, you know?
Yeah.
And that just healed me.
Yeah.
It healed me.
Affirmed you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some more about from there. Some other highlights in the studio, live background singing. Like how did the process kind of go? Because we know it's about networking, it's about who knows who and all that kind of stuff. Walk me through a little bit of how you started to get positioned into the upper echelon of the industry. You know what I mean?
You know, so after I went through that process of healing, I came back home and I was ready. I was like, all right, I don't know where this is going to lead to, but my passion came back. My drive came back. And I went to this place called Cozy's. You remember Cozy's, right?
Yeah.
And, met a lot of people. My friend Chaz Shepard took me there. He said, when you come home, Dre, I got to take you to this spot. It's called Cozy's and everybody's there. And, so I was like, all right.
Open mic fest.
Open mic. Oh, man, it was... Anyway, I met someone there. His name was Romeo Johnson.
Yep.
I met Romeo, and Romeo just kind of took me under his wing, and he helped me get my first spot, my first apartment. And then he called me one day, And he was like, "Hey, Dre, what you doing?" I was like, nothing, man. Just sitting here practicing, whatever like that. He said, "Hey, what you doing on Saturday?" "Nothing." Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna send you some songs, man. And I need you to learn them by Saturday. Yeah? All right, cool. Yeah. And we'll fly you out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and just be ready.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Romeo Johnson, he's a vocal coach. He's worked with Janet Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
All of them.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Background, like the whole nine.
He's got his singers. He's got his own company.
Yes, that is my
out.
bro.
Shout out.
That is my bro.
Yeah.
And he put me on to sing with a group called Guy.
Oh, yeah.
With Aaron Hall,
yes,
Teddy Riley. And we were on the New Jack Swing Tour. So this tour, it was BBD, Bobby Brown, After 7, In Vogue, SWV, Blackstreet, Jodeci with KC, KC and JoJo. It was all these people on this tour. And I'm sitting there like, wow, but it was a masterclass for me because I had a chance to work with Romeo. I had a chance to work with another person. Her name was Micolette. And we're all on this tour and I'm learning how to blend. I'm learning how to sing with a group of people.
One voice.
I'm learning how to be one voice. I'm learning how to accompany the artist. I'm learning how to make sure I pull back so I don't shine too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to conduct myself. I'm learning how to do business because now they're calling me, "Oh, we need you to do this." I'm learning how to negotiate my rate. Yes. I learned so much. And I did that for maybe about 4 or 5 years. Oh, also Tony was on there too. Shout out to Dwayne. Yeah, he passed away. But it was my starting point. As far as background is concerned, it was my starting point.
Really was a masterclass. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Oh man, it was great.
Yeah.
Just being on the road and it was great.
Because our whole job as background singers, which is why it's background stories, because we're also people in the background who help to elevate what's taking place. So all that you're talking about is vital to the professionalism, to the execution of what's being presented, all that. It elevates it to another level, but oftentimes it's not celebrated, the way it should be. And for some lead artists, no disrespect to anybody, but those background singers are far excelling what the lead is.
Some of those background vocalists are better than the lead. Lead.
Yeah. By far.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's just kind of learning what to do in those settings.
Yeah.
It also gave me a passion for people because just like Romeo called me, it gave me a passion I love to call people for jobs.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, because I know what it feels like to get that call. "Hey, Dre, what you doing? Hey, I need you for this session," or it gave me a passion for that, So whenever people would call me for jobs, it was nothing for me to, "Oh, do you need another singer?" "Oh, I know somebody," so that gave me a passion. Just with Romeo instilling that and, with me, it just helped me with wanting to help other people.
The selflessness in that, it builds your resume eventually, but it builds rapport in the industry.
Absolutely. Networking,
respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Respect.
Which leads to you contracting. So you have Good Boy Entertainment.
Good Boy Entertainment.
Yeah. So that's was that kind of what started?
That's what started. Yeah. Because I was steady getting, people was calling me, "Hey, Dre, I need a musician. Hey, Dre, I need a singer. Hey, Dre, I need a preacher. Hey, Dre, I need a poet. Hey, Dre, I need an artist. Hey, Dre," and I was steady. Yeah. I got you. And I would call, "Hey, I got this opportunity. You with it?" "Yeah, Dre." And I'll make that connection, And after a while, I was like, I love this. Let's start a company.
Yeah.
and I partnered with a good friend of mine named Harold Green, and we started Good Boy Entertainment, and it's been great ever since, man. You know, just being able to assist people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what people are going through.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know how they're going to pay their rent. They don't know how they're going to pay their mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how they're going to get shoes for their children.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you make that call, and you're that connection to the blessing.
Feels so good. Yep.
And then on top of that, God blesses you because you blessing other people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you bless with
that's
what you can bless with.
Always been my mindset with that.
Absolutely. So, as we know in this industry, how superficial it is, and the demands that are made in that way, it's vain. As we get older, we have to learn ways to. I ask my other guests this as well, but we have to learn how to pivot. We have to learn how to stay relevant in the industry when it seems like certain doors are shutting. Yeah. So, what have you kind of gone to make that pivot, to make it so you can continue to do what you love to do? What does that look like for you in the industry?
Oh, man. So I've had to pivot many times because the industry forces you to pivot. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to pivot at some point.
And the reason I say that, like, I want you to continue, but the reason I say that is there are major artists that had their, I don't say heyday, whatever, but they had their moment. They had their time, but they didn't nurture it the way that they could have.
Absolutely.
They didn't leverage it the way they could have to make it go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And part of it is because they were new, they were green, and they just, I didn't sign that contract.
And they were living in the moment.
Yes, living in the moment.
I'm guilty of that.
We all are.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you're living in the moment. You're living for today because you don't know. Once that gig is over, you are unemployed until you get the next one.
Right. But when you get that check.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, this is how it's going to be? Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. That's what you're thinking. Good. But that's, looking back at it now, that's not a smart move.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
To assume that this is going to keep going.
Because the season is going to end.
Exactly.
And you're going to go into another season.
Exactly.
You may go into a season of loss. You know, like in the Bible said, there's a time for war. There's a time for peace. Mm-hmm. There's a time to win. Mm-hmm. There's a time to lose.
Yep.
And you have to prepare for those seasons. So, as a lead singer, then I would have to pivot to being a background singer, right? And then from a background singer, then I became a teacher. And then from being a teacher, then I became a musical director. Mm-hmm. And then from being a musical director, then I became a contractor. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in the industry for close to 40 years almost. I've had to pivot at times. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because you never know. You just never know. And if you're not smart and you don't make smart moves, it can cause you to, like deuces to the industry. Like I'm good because this season is too much. Yeah.
Well, even people like, I think it was on a documentary on TV. I'm not going to name the show, whatever, but even people from some of these major groups back in the day, you'll hear their stories where they're back as an administrative assistant or a banker or whatever it is to fill the gaps because you still got to survive.
You still have to survive, especially if you have a family.
Right. Yeah.
And that, for me, I had spent so many years on the road. It was just me. Mm-hmm. Me. Mm-hmm. But when I got married and my family began to grow, that started changing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just making decisions for you.
For you, yeah.
You're making decisions for your family.
Yep.
And so I've had to pivot many times. And there's been times where it was dry, no calls at all. Mm-hmm. And if you were a administrative assistant before, you'll look at that and be like, all right, so maybe I need to go get a job and try to figure this out until I can get back to this space again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've done that. I can't count how many applications
Oh yeah.
I've put in, and it seems every time I try to pivot to that,
Yeah.
the 9 to 5,
Yeah.
nah, Dre. Nah, not yet, Dre. I'm gonna put you on this tour.
And let's be real, because people look at Facebook and Instagram, and everybody's got it's all smoke and mirrors for everybody. There's not that transparency of this is how it really is at times. They see you in a particular show, in a particular chair, if you will.
Yeah.
And wow, they made it. They live in the dream, all that kind of stuff, not knowing
that you broke.
Yeah. And you're on the constant hustle.
Yeah. Constant hustle.
And we do it because this is what we know that the Lord has given us to do. We love what we do.
Right.
The passion is just
right.
unyielding. You know what I mean? It's insatiable, the way that you want to continue to keep moving forward with it. So yeah man, that's the industry for you.
It's the industry, and the industry will spit you out if you're not ready for it. The industry, if you are not prepared mentally to deal with everything that this entertainment industry has to offer, either you're going to persevere or you're going to quit.
And staying grounded in the Lord, remembering who He made you to be. Because when you don't get those calls, is anybody thinking about me?
Yeah.
Do they think, is there something wrong with me?
Yeah.
Do they not think I have the ability anymore? Do they think I'm cocky? Do they think that I, all that kind of stuff goes on in a person's head.
Yeah.
And it causes.
Because we're human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many times you want to hear no?
Right.
How many times before you start thinking, well, maybe it is me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Right.
See how those feelings, it'll come right back.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come, and now you have to deal with, oh, well, they did say you wasn't good enough.
Right.
And they keep telling you no.
Yep. And you're thinking back 30 years ago.
And you're thinking back 30 years ago, well, maybe they were right.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe in this season, you're not good enough because this person keeps getting a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you keep looking. People, I do my best not to
compare,
mm-hmm. because that'll get you in trouble in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
That will mess up your mind if you constantly compare.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or you become envious of what others are blessed with. You have your season. Like there was a time I had a great season. I was getting all the calls, and then it's the next person's season.
Right.
And some people don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah.
They don't know how to, they just don't know how to deal with it, man. And then they find themselves in their head. They find themselves depressed. They find themselves because you're looking at the next person. But in this industry, man, you can't do that. Right. You will become depressed.
Yes. Mental health is just huge in this industry.
Therapy is everything.
And then seeing, you see the more that we're getting into this new era of stuff of people just posting craziness. I'm sorry, I can't compromise my integrity. I can't compromise who I am as a person to try to get some love out there. Likes and loves from out there from people.
It is driving people insane. Yeah. And that is one of my prayers. I always ask God, keep me from that mentality. I don't ever want to get caught up in a like.
Yeah.
A like.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Likes ain't paying me, bro.
If you really think about it. It's just somebody saying, "Oh, I like that picture," or it's a like.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But some people live their lives by a like.
Yeah, that becomes their identity, unfortunately.
That has been my prayer. I don't want that to be my identity. I really want to see myself as God sees me, and He sees me as great and prosperous and in good health.
Yeah.
That is my identity.
So with that said, because, this is who we are, we're Christians, we believe, the Lord is our source.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not afraid to talk about that on my podcast.
Not at all.
But
not at all.
How do you carry your faith through the industry? How is that? Because we are in some very dark circles at times. There are certain gigs that we absolutely cannot take. There are other ones where you kind of like, well, the Lord said I need to do this because who else will be the light if we don't?
Right.
So how have you navigated through that journey as a believer?
So earlier in my career, I remember praying, and this was during a time where I would still, my parents are pastors, so I would still play in church. I would do praise and worship in church, but my job was singing secular music. And a lot of times I was talked about, scrutinized. I mean, it was, you singing the devil's music. You out there with such and such, and they are the devil, and it's demonic, and all that. I went through all of that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had braids in my hair, and that is not of God. I went through all of that. I remember praying one time, and God had showed me something. On Sundays, when we go to church, everybody's shining.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the church is full of light. But when we step out of the door, we're stepping into darkness.
We're out in the battlefield. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, that same light that is so bright in church, it becomes dim, or it actually goes out.
Yeah.
And God was like, I need for you to take your light to dark places. Because light, when you put it in darkness
Darkness can't exist.
Brightest.
Yeah.
But it's the brightest though.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in those dark rooms,
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever try. It's a song we used to sing as a child. It said, "Let your light shine."
Mm-hmm.
I don't make my light shine. I just let it shine. I let God shine through me,
Mm-hmm.
and people see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just been called to go into those dark places, and I'm okay. I am okay with that because everybody can't do it.
Yeah.
There's some that are called, and then there are some that are chosen.
Yeah.
And I believe that I'm chosen to go outside of those into dark places. Man, I can't even tell you how many times that I've been approached and someone would say, I know you know God. Can you pray for me?
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times I have been in those dark places, and I would sing and people would come up to me and say, I felt something. I know you were singing a R&B song, or I know you were singing a pop song or a secular song, but I felt something that reminded me of church when I used to go to church with my grandma.
Yep.
And it touched me, man. It touched me. Then that would open up a door for me to say, hey, don't forget about God as you journey through this.
Yeah.
It would open up a door for me to just bring in my relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
So I just believe I'm just one of the chosen ones that God, take your light, take it out there.
Yeah. And let me rephrase what I said earlier. I mean, darkness can still exist. I said light. When there's light, darkness can't exist. But what I mean is, it can't put out yours if the Lord's working through you.
Yeah.
And in those moments, there's kind of a interesting dynamic of being covert with it.
Yeah.
Because we're not walking up to people, laying hands and open. Let me show you passage just and so.
Nah.
It's our demeanor. It's our language. Yeah. It's self-control.
Yeah.
And
it could be your presence, your
presence, right?
You're just sitting
your
there,
anointing.
just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. And
you don't even got to say anything.
And their spirit recognizes that.
Exactly.
And like, I need that. I want that.
What is that?
Yeah. I'm desperate for that
I'm
right now in
desperate
this
for that.
moment. Yeah.
I have all this money,
Mm-hmm.
but he looks like he has peace.
And fulfillment.
I want that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? What's your name?
Yeah.
Oh, my name is AnDre. What's going on? How are you? I'm cool, man. It's just, I see you over here chilling. There's just something different about you, man. Oh, man, go ahead. You know, it's just something different about you, man. What is your story? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just those moments, man, that God allows that I embrace.
Yeah.
Oh, I embrace it. Because people need it, bro. People are out here hungry for something.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know what it is, though.
Right. Right.
But they see that you got something.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be
More
peace.
valuable. Mm-hmm. More valuable than anything.
And they want it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. I think we're going to take a break right now.
Cool.
When we come back, we're going to talk about some of your experience, the tours, the nitty gritty, the good, bad, the ugly, the no name drop, and I'm going to share the story. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm name dropping now. Just playing.
If you want to, dog.
You know I am. I am. I'm going to keep it 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, we'll be back, y'all. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here with AnDre Washington, and we're about to get into the heart of what Background Stories is all about. So we're going to kind of shotgun some of these, but I'm going to need these. I'm going to need these fun stories you were kind of sharing on the break. All right, let's start with a legend, Maya Angelou.
Oh man, I was at a place called the Sugar Bar in New York. It's a famous place by Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson, Ashford and Simpson. Mm-hmm. So I walked in there. I was with a good friend of mine. His name is Chad Shepard, and they always have like open mic. And I walked in there, and they asked me to sing. Valerie had asked me to sing, and so I decided to, I think I did Tell Me Something Good. Yeah, and I looked over, and it was Maya Angelou. And I'm sitting there like, oh, wow. And I mean, she was into it. So after I got finished, she came up to me and she bowed down. She was going like this. And I was like, oh, no, like, wow. It's Maya. And she was like, I'm not bowed down to you. I'm bowed down to the gift that's inside of you. Mm-hmm. And I want you to never, ever, ever stop. Share your gift with the world. And that was a big moment for me. It was like Maya Angelou. Like, yeah, that was crazy.
Dude, you must have been walking out like,
oh, man. I do have a picture, too. And she's like this, while I'm singing. Yeah. Oh, man, that was a great moment.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
So okay, who do we got here? You said you had not an encounter, but a story with James Ingram.
Oh, James Ingram. I was singing back when I was part of White Throne, Jason White, mm-hmm. who huge part of my career, my resume, huge part of that. I think we were doing one of those award shows, and James Ingram, he's known for his falsetto, so. The music broke, and I thought he was about to do that note, and he didn't. I did it. And so everybody was like, oh, wow. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I thought, I was just playing around.
Yeah.
So he turned around and he was like, do it again. You so good, do it again. And this is in front of everybody.
Wow.
And I'm like, nah, it's cool, James. Like, I was just clowning around. He said, no, you so good, do it again. Oh, I was like, oh, yeah? Okay. And I did it. And he looked at me so funny. He was like, oh, okay. But then at the end of the day, he came and he took me to the side and he was like, man, I love your spirit and you have a great voice. Don't ever stop singing.
Wow.
Yeah.
See that?
But he put me on the spot. Like, I was like, maybe I shouldn't take this moment. But then I was like, I'm AnDre Washington.
Exactly.
You asked for it. So I'm
And he respected that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you literally just gotta, you weren't trying to show out. It was
No,
in the
not
moment.
at all. I was just playing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment.
All right, Freddie Jackson.
Same place, Ashford and Simpson at the Sugar Bar. I just got back from Japan. I was excited to be there, and I did. I did "Don't Know Why" by Norah Jones.
Okay.
So I got finished. Everybody was clapping, and people standing up. So I was about to sit down, and then somebody puts me in the headlock. And so I'm trying to laugh it off, but I'm like,
Yeah,
like who got me? I'm not feeling this. Like who put me in the headlock? So I in the headlock, and then I got out and I looked up, and it was Freddie Jackson. He told me, he said, "Take your M." I can't even tell you.
I get it.
But he was like, "Take your ASS back to LA. That is my song. Don't you ever come up in here and sing my song. That's my song."
But wait. Dead serious?
Dead serious.
Wow.
Dead serious. So I laughed
headlock,
it off
though.
'cause he put me in the headlock. It was hilarious though. I laughed it off, but he was dead serious. But I laughed it off. I was like, oh, it's all good. That means I did well.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was funny. I had some funny moments, man. Just hilarious.
J-Lo.
Oh man,
The
J-Lo.
audition.
That was fun. So the audition for J-Lo, good friend of mine, again, that network, Jason Morales, he called me. He was like, you should go to this audition. This lady by the name of Kim Burse is having this audition for something. You should check it out. So I couldn't get there because I had to pick up my little one from school. So I believe it ended around 4:00. I got there about 3:30. Walked in and they're like, this is finals. So you can show me what you got. And I was like, all right. So I sung a song and Kim looked at me and she was like, okay, go learn this. So I went over there and I had to learn this dance step. She gave me 3 minutes to learn this dance step. I had to go back. She was like, okay, go learn this song. And I'm like, okay. It was Spanish.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, I barely know how to talk English. Like, like what? But I did it.
Yeah.
She gave me 2 minutes. Come back, show me what you got. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. She brought me into a room full of, it was like maybe about 3 other guys. So they've been there all day, like 3 other guys. She was like, all right. I want to thank everybody for coming, appreciate your time or whatever like that. But I've made my choice and I choose AnDre Washington. I had just got there. Man. And half an hour before, it was the favor of God.
Yeah.
It was nothing but the favor of God. I had half an hour before and they just do this. That's why you got to stay ready. You got to stay ready. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Okay, cool. And I ended up doing her residency in Las Vegas.
Man.
And then after that, just doing, I did the Super Bowl. I was actually vocal contract for her Super Bowl performance. That was big.
Goodness.
That was big. So I was glad to be a part of that. And just working with her, I learned a lot working with J-Lo. She's a great artist as far as, just performing. She told me, she's like, you're a background singer, but you're not. You are a performer.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not about your voice. It's about you being a performer. So when you're back here, I need you to perform along with me.
Yep.
So that really helped me, and that really helped me to stay on my P's and Q's and learn the dance moves and stuff like that. That was crazy, but it was a lot of fun.
Contracted for the Super Bowl.
I contracted for the Super Bowl.
So
that was a blessing. Thank you, Kim Burse.
And she made a great point of you're all a team.
Yes.
What you bring to the table affects the whole show in a way.
Yes.
So even though you're not the headline, this is
Right.
what the Background Stories podcast is all about: is bringing light to the professionalism you bring
Yes.
and the artists that come in
Yes.
to make it the excellence that it is.
Oh, yes.
Because stripped down without it, it's not. Yeah. So I want to stick on the contracting thing because you mentioned you actually contracted for Neo as well.
Yeah, I got a call from one of his producers, and he needed like maybe about, it was like 9 of us to record backgrounds for one of his songs. It was called Religious. And that was a lot of fun. And I ended up working, it was crazy because I ended up doing I was supposed to do a run with Neo. I was supposed to do a tour with Neo. And Neo decided to not use me in the moment. It had nothing to do with my talent. To this day, I don't know why, but he decided to go with someone else. So that was always a mystery to me because I never got fired from anything. But, Mr. Neo, and I ended up working with him with J-Lo. So it was crazy, it kind of goes full circle.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
So you also shared the stage with Beyonce.
Yeah, that was crazy. I got a call from, again, networking and having good relationships. My friend Mavuto, Mavuto, he called me. He was like, yo, they looking for another male singer. I told him about you. Won't you come up here? And went up there, and we worked maybe 3 weeks straight every single day on a 2-minute song. She did Amazing Grace for the Grammys. And that was, I never worked on one song. It was a 2-minute song for 8 to 10 hours on one song every single day.
That is
every single day. I have so much respect for Beyonce.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for her because I watched her work ethic. And I learned a lot from that. And then from that, we did the Stevie Wonder tribute. And that was a lot of fun, to be a part of her performance on the Stevie Wonder tribute. And then I also had a chance to sing backgrounds for her Grammy Award-winning song that was on Lion King, and being a part of also her video. Actually was like a kind of like a documentary. It's called Black is King. It's on Disney. So I had a chance to work with Beyonce.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. When I walked into a rehearsal, I walked past someone who was sitting down. I didn't know it was Beyonce. I didn't know. And she came up to me. She's like, hi, how are you? And I was like, I'm fine. I didn't recognize her because she was just really dressed down. She was just in chill mode.
Yeah.
And she was like, hi, my name is Beyonce. What's your name? And I was like, oh, my name is AnDre Washington. It's nice to meet you. How you doing? And we just talked like we're talking now. It was
Makes
nothing.
A huge difference.
It was
man.
nothing
Yeah.
like I'm Beyonce. She was so cool.
Yeah.
I got mad respect for Beyonce.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, even those that like if they aren't necessarily down to earth in that sense, when you approach them in the same way that you're just people, they seem to respect that as opposed to the, you know what I mean?
Because that's what they want to be. They want you to treat them like they're normal.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They just want to. They're people just like us. It's just that they're great at what they're doing, but they're people just like us. You know. But some people kind of get caught up in the. And I know what that feels like too. I'm not going to say there hasn't been times where I was like, oh man, this is crazy,
Yeah.
But you kind of bring it down. That's a part of being professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I and the work ethic, it's kind of that Kobe Mama mentality of how hard and diligent they
Gotta
are.
have that.
Yeah, that
That's
work ethic is
the difference
insane.
between him and LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. I love LeBron.
We're switching to a sports
LeBron.
network.
I love LeBron, but having that type of mentality, they call it Mamba mentality, will take you far.
Yep.
Because when I'm on stage, that's the mentality that I have. Like, I feel like in that moment, I'm the best. And I'm going to be the best version of AnDre Washington, and I'm going to kill.
Yep.
And then when I get off stage, bring it down.
Yeah. I hear you.
I bring it down, but yeah.
I mean, and that's some of I think probably some of the sports mentality too. That just in any profession, it kicks in that way.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. I love sports. Okay.
So, a couple other highlights, man. Well, there's one other story I wanted you to share, just because I've worked with El Debarge and Christinia and Bobby Jr. So I'm acclimated with the Debarge family in a sense, but I'm curious because you mentioned you had worked with them, and DJ Quik was within the vicinity. So share how
Yeah,
that.
you know, it was crazy. You know, still to this day, I'm kind of known for singing Debarge hits, like All This Love, Time Will Reveal. I love Debarge. I grew up on Debarge, so I always I would sing their songs, right? So I got a call to be like special guest to sing all of their hits, and so they had a table. This was at downtown LA. I almost forgot. Foxhole used to be there. The Conga Room.
Yep. Oh man, the
yeah.
Conga Room.
I know, right?
Wow.
The Conga Room. So they asked me to come in to be special guest and to do a medley of Debarge songs. So I started out and I'm singing, and the crowd is just losing it. First song, and I noticed that L and his family got up. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm doing this for them, but hey, it's all good. You never know. They could have got a call, you might emergency or whatever like that. So, you know, I'm singing my heart out, and the crowd is just receiving it. You know, they loving it. So while I'm singing, DJ Quik walks on stage and he he whispered in my ear, yo, I need you to wrap it up. They ready to go on. I'm like, all right, this is like my second song. I got two more. I kind of waited for this moment.
Right.
All right, cool. Like, this is DJ Quik. I love DJ Quik.
Me too.
I love DJ Quik. He's like one of the best ever in my book.
Yeah.
Production-wise, the whole nine. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm gonna finish this medley though. Work hard for this, you know. So I'm like, I'm singing, the crowd's going crazy. DJ Quik comes back out. Hey, you're doing a good job, but you gotta wrap this up because L wanna come on like right now. L wanna come on right now while it's hot. Like you gotta wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up. I'm like, man, like. But I looked over and I seen L and his family there. I was, again, be professional.
Yeah.
It's not really your moment.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not.
Right.
And I broke the music. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody give it up for L Debarge. Give it up for them. And I named all their names and they came on. I put my mic out like this for L and L didn't even acknowledge me. He grabs the mic and just walks off. And the whole family kind of did the same thing in front of everybody. And I'm like,
oh, could have been an amazing moment.
Amazing moment.
Oh.
Amazing moment. And he did me dirty in front of everybody. Like, what? Oh, for real? That's what we doing? I was hot. I was hot. I was like, that, because I felt embarrassed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I walked off stage. I acted a fool. Yeah, they had to calm me down because I was like, you can be whoever you are, but
respect.
No disrespect. Though.
Yeah,
we can't have that. I'm still a man at the end of the day. You ain't gonna disrespect me.
Yeah,
you know. I love L now. It's none of that. I'm just telling you the experience that I had.
That's
you know,
what
and
happened.
his interpretation may be different, but I know what my interpretation was.
Right.
And it was like disrespect.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
I still sing his songs to this day.
Yep.
To this day. Much love.
Wow. That's the story, man. Okay. Man, dude, again, your list is so incredible. Let's go into some of the theatrical stuff. So we got in musical theater. So you have Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay.
Let me tell you about that audition. So again, it's not that I have a history of being late. It's just that I know the time frame, and at that time I had to work. So someone told me while I was at work, Dre, they're auditioning for Jesus Christ Superstar. You need to get there. And I'm like, I don't know any of their songs. I don't know anything. Get there. I don't care. Get there. All right. So I got there. They were packing up all their stuff. So I was like, I'm here to audition for Jesus Christ Superstar. And the guy was like, we're done. So, this is something that you missed. I was like, you know what? I drove a long way to get here. Can you just hear me? And he was like, yeah, like, whatever. So everybody packing up their stuff while I'm singing. I chose, I think it's Journey. Is it Journey? So now I come
that's Journey.
to you.
Open arms.
Yeah, but I sung it out. Wow. So now I come. I mean, I sung it out. And they was like, so I got finished with open arms. Thanks for listening to me. I just want y'all to listen to me because I drove a long way. The guy was like, don't be late to rehearsal.
Dope.
And I was like, okay, you win. We love your voice. We love your voice. We never heard anybody sing Open Arms like that. Come on. Do you know any of these songs? I was like, I don't know any of them. He gave me a stack.
I hope you had that smile too when you said that. I don't know any of them.
And he gave me a stack. Bow, learn these songs. Rehearsals on Monday. I'll see you here on time. So I was like, oh, that audition was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's being persistent in what you believe. Like, I'm like, even though I don't know any of these songs, I believe that I belong here. I belong here.
Yeah.
You know? And I went for it. And God gave me favor. So
wow,
yeah, that was a crazy story. Like, yeah.
Man, the list continues. You had Showtime at the Apollo.
And I won.
And you won. Again.
Oh, man. That was such a moment. And the devil was so present. He was so present in the form of this lady who was, I don't know what it was that she had against me. She worked for BET. She had something against me.
It's your light.
It's my light.
Hey.
I mean, she went in on me. I mean, from my clothes to how I look. She was like, if you don't like this, you can leave. You probably don't belong here anyway. And just going in. And I wanted to match her energy. I'm going to be honest. I wanted to match her energy. But then I had to think, the big picture. You're here in New York to place first. That's your goal. All right? So don't allow her to take you out of character. She took me out of character just for a couple seconds, right? But then I brought it back because I had to remember the big picture. So I was like, all right, you want to act like that? That's fine, cool. And I took it. But when I got on that stage, though, that's all that mattered to me. I rubbed the little log,
logs,
whatever, like, and I went in there, and guess what I sung? El Debarge. I sung an El Debarge song, and I won. And that was a great feeling. Gladys Knight was one of the judges, and when I got finished, she said, I've been waiting on you.
Oh, man.
I've been waiting on you. This is what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear somebody that's going to make me feel something when I sing. When you know, and I was like, oh, man, Gladys Knight.
Jeez, dude.
Is right here and she's talking about me, you know? That was a great moment. But had I gotten out of character with that young lady, and just went in, it probably, it would have. Yeah. Because I was ready to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? But that was a great moment.
Wow.
I won Showtime at the Apollo. Oh, that's crazy. Now that I think about it, because that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a hard audience to...
Oh, real hard. I was nervous. I
can imagine, dude.
Yeah, because it's like you got 3 seconds to impress me. Impress me. You got 3 seconds.
And you don't want one of those, it started off rough and then you kind of sort of won them over at the end.
Yeah.
That's not the same as coming out the gate and boom, because they seem at that point to have more grace if they're screw ups towards the end.
Yeah.
Than when you start off out the gate, boom.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what it was. You know, I knew that. I'm like, all right, your first 5 seconds is everything. If you jack that up, you're going to have a hard time, bro. You know, so I made sure that first 5 seconds,
all right. So at the root of your gospel background, you mentioned Kurt Carr and Fred Hammond.
Kurt Carr.
Which I believe led you into First Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me back up.
All right.
Kurt Carr, I had a chance to sing with Kurt Carr. I learned so much working with him in the studio. I learned a lot. Him at the time, it was Jason White. And I learned a lot just watching how they work in the studio.
Elaborate. Like,
So, for instance, there was a moment we were doing one song, and Kurt wanted a sound. It was just a certain sound that Kurt wanted, and I wasn't giving it to him.
mm-hmm.
And Kurt was like, "AnDre, I need you to step out, and then I'll bring you back in." Now, I could have been in my feelings.
It's over.
Because this is in front of everybody. This isn't, you know what I'm saying? This is in
Yeah.
front of all the great singers that we know.
Mm-hmm.
But that moment taught me as a producer, don't get in your feelings. If there's a sound that you want, if a person's not giving you that sound, have them step away. It doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. It's just that the producer has to get that sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I learned that with also with Mary. So I did backgrounds for their first project. It was called I Just Can't Give Up Now. And Tina,
I love Tina too.
Tina she's just straightforward. She and someone was jacking up, and Tina was like, "Listen, we have a short budget, we have short time. I don't know who it is. I'ma find you though. I need you to sing the correct part. When I find you, if you're not singing the correct part, I'm gonna ask you to step out." But that taught me that's kind of like how it goes in a studio session. You give the producer what they're looking for.
Always be ready, like you're
and
talking
always
about.
be ready for that. But anyway, back to Kurt Carr, and I had a chance because of Kurt to sing backgrounds for Natalie Cole at Hollywood Bowl. That was a great experience, right?
This guy.
Yeah. So back to Kurt Carr. Kurt Carr called me for a movie called First Sunday. And his hot song at the time was The Presence of the Lord Is Here. So we had a chance to be a part of that music. It was like Cat Williams and Loretta Devine and Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? And that was that was so much fun. Cat Williams, he's really, really, really good at what Cat Williams is a fool. But grateful to Kurt Carr for calling me in for that particular movie, because that was a fun scene.
Did you get to see Cat Williams? Because, dude, just improv off the cuff.
Oh, yeah.
Master.
Oh, yeah. Master at it. I took a picture with him, too. He was just really cool and down to earth. And it's funny because I seen Cat Williams before he blew up. I seen Cat Williams at a church event in a basement doing comedy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how?
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. And then his career just went like that. Mm-hmm. Being persistent. You got to stay persistent. Mm-hmm. You can't give up.
Yep. He does not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, in a good way, man. He's doing it, especially right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess last one I want to mention was Fred Hammond.
Oh, Fred Hammond.
So I'm sure,
one of the greatest
you listened to
voices
Commission
of
growing
all
up too.
Oh, yeah. Commission. Oh my God. Yeah, Commission, and also just Fred as a praise and worship leader, as a writer. One of the greatest of all time, man. His tone is crazy. But I had a chance to work with Fred last year. A friend of mine, Chad Shepard, he called me. He said, "Hey, man, it's this part that they need to, they need someone to come in, and I recommended you to Fred Hammond." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So maybe about 10, 15 minutes later, Fred called. "Hey, what's up? This is Fred Hammond. How are you? Hey, I got this role as Satan." As Satan, that was a part of his.
And I thought specifically of you.
I know. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, exactly, right? You're the best person for Lucifer. Beelzebub, old Slewfoot, right? Right? And he's like, "You know what? I trust Chad Shepard's word that you're great at what you do. You got it." The favor of God
Right.
is priceless, bro.
Right.
And I had 2 weeks prior to that, I had someone, my father-in-law, he prophesied to me that I was about to get a call and I was going to come in through the back door and I won't have to work for anything. I will just get it. And then, pow, Fred Hammond. Hood book. And I went there and that was such a great experience for me because I had a chance to learn from him, but not only learn from him, but to recapture my passion for acting. Because, you know, I'd just been singing.
Yeah.
And that passion came back. And, you know, I went to school for like 2 years for acting and graduated. So I really take acting serious. And I really want to pursue that in the near future. But that helped restore my passion for it, man. And I had so much fun playing Satan.
I need to see
What
that.
a character, man. You know, what a character. But that was a great time with Fred Hammond. That was a blessing.
Yeah. Wow. So these are kind of, we'll kind of start to finish up, but I want to ask you who, because you shared who you enjoyed working with and some of the ultimate icons here. Who are some people that you still may want to work with? And then those who have passed on. If you were to name Prince, obviously, is one of them. Yeah. And is that pretty much?
No, that's not pretty much, but it starts with Prince. Like, I would have loved to learn from Prince, just to be in the same room, watch him work.
Again, Mamba.
Oh, I would have loved that. Of course, MJ.
Yeah.
Of course, Whitney.
Yep.
Of course, Whitney. That would have been a beautiful moment. Man, I've been blessed to work with a lot of people. Who would I want to work with now? I would like to do country music too.
Yeah.
You know, Beyonce's kind of opening that up right now, you know. But I would like to work with some country artists and just kind of grow in that area.
Yeah.
You know, I want
to
expand.
Yeah.
You know. I can't really think of anybody that I would like to work with now.
Or who do you actually, if you haven't worked with them, like what kind of music of today do you like? Or what kind of artists do you listen to today?
It varies. Like one day I could be listening to gospel music, next day I can listen to hip hop.
Okay.
Because I love hip hop. Then I can listen to classical music, and then I'll listen to country music, and then I'll listen to pop. Then I listen to alternative. I'm all over the place when it comes to music. I love music. I love music.
But today's music is they have elements. It's kind of like R&B. It's coming back from the old school into today. So I'll be honest, like when I'm listening, and I'll share on other interviews my personal taste of stuff. But name a couple artists that you listen to of certain genres of today that you listen to.
Of today. I love Tank.
Okay.
I like the way Tank delivers his music. He's very soulful. Who else do I listen to? I listen to a lot of gospel. I listen to Todd Delaney. I just love that guy.
And super down to earth.
Super down to earth. I would love to work with him.
Okay.
I would love to work with him. But to be honest, man, I'm just in a space where I'm trying to create AnDre Washington right now. I want to create, and I want to share more of what God has given me. And that's kind of like where I am right now.
So with that said, I want you to share with everybody where they can find with your new single, where they can find it, and any information to let people know more about you who don't know you in the industry already, you know, and just let people know what's up. Where can they go to learn more about you?
February 9th, I released my first single in 15 years. It's called No Better Than You. And I'm just in a space of, I've been sitting on music for years. And there's so many people like me that, you're sitting on music because you're waiting to work with this person. You're waiting on this. You're waiting on that. It's not good enough. It's not this. And it's always a bunch of negative things. And I'm just in a place of trying to be obedient to God. God is like, look, release it. Release the unreleased. And that is my motto that right now, to release music. So that's what I'm going to do all this year. I'm gonna release my music. And I'm going to do new music, but I've been sitting on some hits, man.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on some music, and I want to inspire people to go back into that external drive. Go back and release it. Don't worry about people. Like, we worry about a lot. We worry about what people think of us. Someone told me one time, they said, AnDre, the day that you become selfish is the day that you will be very, very successful in this industry. And I didn't get that at first because I'm not a selfish person, but I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily being selfish.
No, just priority.
But just priority, just prioritize yourself, because I spent years and years, I've just named off various artists that I've worked with, and I've made everything that they've done
doing
better.
Right. You're assisting them.
Right.
Yeah.
But time is going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Time is going on. What about me?
Yep.
What about AnDre Washington?
And we can find the excuses, but
we always find the excuses. But I just think, forget the excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grow, continue, just grow.
Yeah.
As you continue, just grow. So that's where I am.
So all platforms?
All platforms. I mean, iTunes, Spotify. It's all over the place on all digital platforms. I'm going to release something probably in another 3 months. Awesome. And I'm going to keep it going. Yeah. And I'm going to keep it going. And I'm going to keep it going. Because now is the time for me to release my music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it too, man.
I'm excited for you, man.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for joining in this conversation and giving
thanks
us
for
your
having
history,
me, man.
Giving us some knowledge, telling us some very entertaining stories.
Thank you.
I pray much blessings on what's coming up for you.
Thank you. Likewise.
And we'll keep us updated, man.
I most definitely will.
Appreciate your friendship.
Yeah.
And God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
my
bro.
guy. Trig. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining us on Background Stories. Thank you to Reframe Studios. And we'll see you on the next Background Stories. Y'all take care.